All right, guys, welcome to the AI Publisher Ultra meeting. We have some new members on that have just joined the Your First Book Challenge. And I'd like to introduce Joe, Joseph T. Mallard Jr. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, Hafiz, I'm doing okay, man. Thanks for having me.
So we have this challenge going on where you can write your first book in about an hour. Are you ready for that challenge?
No doubt, man. I mean, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this for quite a while.
Okay, so I believe that the best way to show things is to really just show them. So I'm going to share my screen, and I've got a window ready for us. Can you see this window?
Yeah.
All right, so you see on the top there, it says book on annuals in the garden. We have a mutual friend that has a garden and he has a goal of setting up a farm. And he told me that his plan for the farm was to plant annuals that he would not have to replant every year. And then he would get his grandkids to harvest every year. So what I decided to do is write a book on the types of different annual plants, maybe, or I don't know, we'll get into the idea specifically, but I know that I want to write a book on annuals in the garden. So right here it says, what is the book about? I'm going
Yeah.
to write annuals in the garden, and I'm going to set this up to run, and we're going to get a few book ideas. I have to authorize this before I started, but
So,
like you can see, just have to sign into your Google.
yeah. So wait, you're saying this is going to help me to write my book. I just kind of give it some of the directions that will help it to create what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So there's the outline plans, the chapter names, all the details you need to write your book are stored here in the spreadsheet. As direction, if you don't like the result that comes out the first time, you can just delete that result and run it again and get a different result. And you're slowly going to shape the story. So I'm almost done signing in here. I'll show you how it works in 1 second. The first thing you do is you put in a one or two sentence, which is a general, like 6 different ideas or short synopsises for a book. And then you're going to choose between those 6 ideas. If you don't like any of the 6 ideas, you can run that again also. Okay, you see the first few boxes filled in there. So I'm going to stop the background run so it doesn't go too far ahead because I want to analyze these results with you. So I'm going to open up, I'm going to double click on the ideas will appear here. And you can see it opens up this little window. Can you read the text in there? Is that comfortable to read?
Yeah, I can absolutely read that.
Okay, great. So let's go through these. And if you see one that pops out, tell me the number and we'll roll with that number. This will be a book that we'll create together.
How about we do number 4?
Okay, so inhospitable grounds, embracing annuals for challenging environments, breaks away from conventional gardening wisdom by focusing exclusively on thriving annual plantings and unforgiving conditions. Whether your garden boasts poor soil, extreme temperatures, or less than ideal sunlight, this book equips readers with strategies and unique varieties specially adapted to the harshest environments. From shade-tolerant annuals to drought-resistant blooms, unlock the secrets of flourishing annuals against all odds, ultimately discovering that beauty knows no boundaries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select. So one thing when you run it again, you have to stop the background run, and then you have to delete the stuff you wanted to rewrite. So I'm going to go back up to chosen writing style, and I'm going to delete all that. We've got our 6 ideas. We've got idea number 4. So we're going to run it again. It's going to come up with, from the perspective of a bookseller, it's going to find a successful author who has written content in a similar style to this. Then it's going to pick one of their most successful works in this style and format the response as author's name, comma, most popular work. So it's going to write this book like Michelle A. Wolf's The Resilient Garden, Thriving Plants for Tough Conditions in the same writing. So this is a cool thing it does here. It helps you target the book to the right audience. So
Okay.
what are readers looking for? What would someone be interested in a book like this be looking to achieve? What problems are they likely to face? So what readers are looking for is a successful and beautiful garden despite challenging environmental conditions. They may face problems such as poor soil quality, extreme temperatures, insufficient sunlight, and drought. They may struggle to find suitable plants and strategies to overcome these obstacles and create a thriving garden. Now, the book description says, are you tired of battling against the elements in your garden? Say goodbye to traditional gardening methods and embrace a new approach with inhospitable grounds, embracing annuals for challenging environments. This groundbreaking book takes you on a journey to discover the secrets of thriving annual plantings in even the toughest conditions. Whether you're dealing with poor soil, scorching temperatures, or a lack of sunlight, the author equips you with strategies and unique plant varieties that are specifically adapted to these inhospitable environments. No longer will you struggle to find suitable plants or wonder how to overcome the hurdles of challenging environmental conditions. With this captivating guide, you'll learn that beauty truly knows no boundaries when it comes to creating a successful and beautiful garden against all odds. Say hello to a garden that flourishes despite the challenges, and let the author show you how to unlock the potential of your outdoor spaces. It's time to transform inhospitable grounds into an oasis of beauty. Now, the next thing it does here in column H is it comes up with 10 titles for the book. So can you actually pick the title that you want to roll with?
Let me see here. So I'm seeing type of book. I'm seeing description. What would somebody interested in a book like this? So I'm looking for titles.
Yeah, and you see the title suggestions right here in column H where it's popped up.
Yep.
All right, so go through these 10, and if a name pops out to you, we'll call the book back. Let's
You know
decide
what?
the
I
book title.
really like the one where it says the beauty of resilience. That right there is all about me.
Okay.
Like I'm really seriously all about that. So let's try that one.
Oh, it automatically selected that one anyways.
Man, look, look at that.
So
Incredible.
now we're going to create the cover art. It comes up with the prompt for the cover art. It says a vibrant garden with beauty flowers and green plants flourishing in harsh conditions. Surrealist. This is the image that popped up right here. It's kind of weird. So let's run that one again.
So depending on what you put in there, it's going to return an image, and you just kind of go through the process of finding which one works over those that don't.
Yep. Whichever one strikes you see for the book cover, whatever you want to use for the book cover. So you might have to run it a few times. So I'm running it again.
Like, let's say that I ran this thing like 100 times and I just wasn't satisfied. Like, how many times can I kind of do a search for the appropriate image based on what I share?
Well, when you delete the cell that says description for cover art in cell J, it'll come up with a new prompt and a whole new image. If you just delete the image, it'll create a new image based on the same prompt.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop this again. It came up with a vibrant, flourishing garden amidst rocky terrain and harsh weather elements, inspiring and hopeful. Still looks kind of plain, right? So
Yeah, but it's a good start.
yeah, but I want to get something that's perfect. So let's delete that. Because once we get the book cover, the rest of this will flow out really smooth.
Right.
An image of a vibrant and flourishing garden with diverse and resilient plantings, vibrant colors, realistic. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's cool. All right. So now we're going to do chapter suggestions. It's going to flesh out the chapters and title every chapter. So we're going to let it.
So you're giving each chapter information so that it can generate a title for the chapter?
Okay, so here in column N, oh, I can't open it. Okay, here we go. See it here in column M, chapter 1, chapter 20.
Yep.
And it's got the titles. So we're going to edit these later on.
Okay.
It broken down into the chapter list, split up into these 20 right here with the titles, and then the steps this chapter will cover. So if we go on chapter 1, understanding the concept of tough environments and why they pose challenges for gardeners. Recognizing
Okay.
the challenging environment as opportunities for unique and creative gardening. Familiarizing oneself with the different types of tough environments that can exist, such as poor soil, extreme temperatures, and low sunlight. Gaining
Yep.
insight. So this breaks it down, you know what I mean? So
Oh yeah.
it's already come up with 8 chapters worth. I'm just waiting for it to get to number 20. And then it'll go over to the next column, which is a detailed summary, breaks down the chapter even more to get more specific on the breakdown for each chapter and the flow for each chapter. Then it's going to write a draft of each chapter. And then it'll be done after that.
This is amazing technology. Like, I'm not kidding.
Oh, it's fantastic. So it should take about, sorry, it takes about an hour to run. When you're doing the fiction books, it takes a little bit longer than that because it's using GPT-4 instead of GPT 3.5 Turbo. This is running.
Uh-huh.
This is running on Turbo. It's pretty speedy.
Okay.
So let me see if I think it is running. Yep. All right. So it's taking a second to keep going.
I mean, you've got
Stop.
my attention. I got to tell you, you really seriously, like, you have my attention in ways that I'm amazed. As a writer, like, this really streamlines the process of putting your thoughts down. It helps to inspire you as a writer, especially in moments when you have like writer's block and you just can't figure out what to put on the page. Like, this motivates, inspires, and it also gives you direction and supports you in the whole evolutionary product of creating something for people to read. Like, this is amazing, dude. And I'm not just saying that, really.
Yeah. One thing I really like is when it gets into these pink boxes here, the first draft.
Yeah.
You can actually edit the draft right there. So you can change the book as it's being written. If you don't like the direction it's going and you don't want to rerun the whole thing, you just want to adjust it a little bit. You can do
Yeah.
that. All right, so it picked back up now. It's doing a detailed summary. It's
Okay.
doing chapters 1 to 20. So, like you can see, it breaks down the five, six different things that were going to be in the first chapter, and it breaks them down even further.
Okay. How many chapters in total did it say it was going to come up with?
Chapter 12.
Nice.
So here's what's going to be in chapter 12. This is the breakdown.
Okay. Wow. And it just comes up with this, like, you just give it basic general understanding or parameters and you hit enter and then it produces content like this.
Yep.
So in essence, if this were a physical robot that were in your home or something, you would have to program it, tell it what you wanted it to do. This operates basically the same exact way, except it's the results or the response that you're expecting is in the form of text that tells a story based upon the information you give it. This is absolutely mind-blowing, bro. Like, who came up with this?
We have a guy named Mike Hayden in the UK, and he programmed the spreadsheet.
Okay. Yeah, I might have to check into this with him. Like, you guys, whatever he did to teach you, I'm definitely interested to learn it. So I think that you are the the professor, so to speak, and I'm the student, and I am ready and very eager to learn what it is that you are trying to share. This is literally incredible. As a writer, as a former DJ, somebody who knows what it means to influence a crowd and the responsibility that goes along with having the ability and the platform to speak from, You have definitely inspired me.
I appreciate that. We'll be able to come up with the whole catalog of books in short order with this one, since you offer a whole new direction.
Yeah.
Now we're on chapter 15.
Okay. Like this is really seriously like this is a game changer. Look at that. It just comes up with it itself. So once, all the chapters populate, what's next? Then what?
Okay, so there's a final book preview window, which the book is being assembled in. You'll be able to preview the output there. If
Yeah.
everything's good, then you export it to Google Drive. Once it's in your Google Drive, you open up that document. This is the spreadsheets used to create it. It's going to create a document of the finished book. And you need to
Right.
open that up and export a PDF or whatever other file format you want to export it into.
Right.
And then that's what you would upload to your Amazon, that PDF.
Okay. Huh. I'm just kind of speechless. That's not normal for me.
All right, so we did all 20 chapters as far as the detailed scene summary, and now it's going to start writing the first draft of the main content.
Okay. Okay, so in the pink area,
Yeah,
this is first draft and main content. Wow.
yeah, the pink text can be edited. The pink
Okay.
text is what's going to actually appear in the book. The blue text
Right.
is for planning. It won't show up in the book.
Okay. Got it.
All right, so I'm going to open up this window here, and you'll be able to see the first chapter. Want to start reading it?
Yeah. Well, you're asking me to read it?
You don't have to read it out loud. Just scan it so you can see what came out.
So this area in pink right here, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So chapter 1. Bro, like this is trippy. Emphasizing the challenge, discovering the world of what is that? Thought,
Top, top
emotions.
environments.
Holy crap. Like this takes the effort out of trying to get around writer's block. Like this is a hell of a tool to inspire you when you have writer's block, but it can also really radically decrease the time frame that it takes for you to come up with something of your own. Like this is almost too good to be true. But
That's
I'm
great.
sitting here witnessing the reality play itself out.
Yeah, I do like a book a day for a month, and it was just a routine. I was starting up in the morning, and by the evening, I had another book done. You know what I mean? I took my time and went through them carefully.
So let me ask you this. So as a writer, right? Like I have an idea for a whole film. I got the basic storyline. I have the basic setting where it's going to be told and the general idea of what I'm trying to say. Like, could this help me do that?
Yes.
Holy crap. Wow. I'm kind of blown away because I've been looking for something like this for years. Like I got a degree in journalism and mass communications, like, but it was in 2005 when I actually graduated, right? So this type of technology was probably just under development, but now that it's hit the mainstream market and I'm actually seeing in real time what it's capable of. I mean, this is a very inspiring moment for me because I do have something to say. And I think it's of value for those who might hear it. And this is enhancing my ability to state what it is I have in my heart. Very trippy, man, in a very good way.
So it's already written 8 chapters.
And that's the point. Like, I know I'm kind of nerdy, man, but like, being a cool nerd like this right here, this sets the bar of excellence and expectation. Absolutely incredible.
10 chapters. So we're halfway done.
Crazy. So if at some point, like let's say right now, like somebody came to you and they were like, okay, you know what? You don't have to sell me anymore. You don't have to try to promote it anymore. I got it. I understand. Like, what's next? Like, I want this and I want to learn this. What's next? How would you, kind of advise them?
For someone that wants to write their first book and join the challenge, or is that what you mean?
Well, yeah, pretty much. And remember, like, a writer can be just about anybody, like coworker, friend, girlfriend. I mean, if somebody were to have been put in front of this information for the first time and they were kind of close to you and they saw that what they had within them in terms of the desire to write was going to be enhanced by this technology, like, do you understand like what you're presenting right now?
Yeah, it's lucky.
And you're so humble with it. Like,
Well, I appreciate it for what it is, and I use it myself. So yeah, it's great. I love it.
I am blown away. I can't wait to see how this is going to work for me. I cannot wait to see. And I got to say, I guess up until this moment, I failed to acknowledge you in your attempt to show me something that could help me, man. Just, thank you from the center of my soul for just considering that, this might be something of an opportunity that I might consider helpful. And you've hit the bullseye. Like, you don't hit it out the park as far as I'm concerned. And it's not even finished doing what you're programming it to do.
No, it's on chapter 12.
Oh my God.
Chapter 13. Let's open up chapter 13 and see what's changed.
So even while it's creating content, you can go to a different part of the document or the piece and you can manipulate it, delete it, make corrections, additions, or subtractions.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, this is very, very far advanced. No joke.
And the
I
thing is,
guarantee.
it's not just nonfiction and fiction books. It's blog posts, it's ads, it's social media posts, it's live rewriting stuff and summarizing it and rewriting it for a different audience and translating stuff to a different language so you can take your books into different markets. We have
Yeah.
for all that stuff.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
I actually included all of that stuff. I'm only just really focusing on the nonfiction and the fiction book writer to show people because I know
Right.
once they see all the other stuff, they will freak out. I don't even have to show it off. I just have to include it, and I know that everyone's going to be blown away once they see it.
Absolutely right.
So I'm only really showing the nonfiction book writer because that's good enough. It'll get to get the idea across in an hour. They can have a finished product that's worth something, and then as they have time to explore the rest of it, it's all there for them. You know.
Yeah, totally agree. Wow.
So chapter 15, chapter 16, 17, 3 more to go.
All right, how we doing?
So it's done to chapter 20. Let's go up to the top. It's already be a summary of the main parts.
Right.
It's gonna be all 20 will be the summary. Then it's
Okay.
gonna be chapter intro for each one.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna do story time. It's going to tell a story for each chapter. Subheading
Okay.
story time. Examples to help understand. Examples for the subheading. Subheading for the example. Then
Right.
our to-do list. Subheading for the to-do list. And then a simplified actionable framework, which is like an acronym for something, and it comes up with a little, you'll see when it pops out. It's really cool. Then a subheading for the framework, like a name for it, and then
Yeah.
mistakes to watch out for, and then subheading for that. And then the book is done.
That is incredible.
So we're already on chapter 11, chapter 12 of the summary. So this will be done real quick. When we're editing this video, she'll be able to cut out all the dead time.
Oh yeah, easily. Dude, like seriously, like this is a game changer, bro. I did not know this stuff was on the market, man.
Yeah, nobody does. It's pretty new.
Yeah.
This is light years above how everybody else is using the technology. Everybody else is still typing stuff in.
Right.
Y'all absolutely right. Y'all correct, man. It's the new wave of doing a lot of things.
How you doing, Ron?
Ron, you there?
Yeah, I think you need to back up.
I've been tuning in autopilot, AI, human AI.
The dead time.